Spin Ultimate, official sponsor of Rise Up.
Today we're working on the dump swing. The dump swing is a way to move the disc from one side of the field to the other without needing to take a risky throw. The goal is to be able to move the disc from sideline to sideline and take advantage of the defense before it's able to react. We need an offensive strategy that will allow us to attack both sides of the field without simply overpowering a defender or bedazzling a mark. As the thrower, it's your job to recognize that we need to throw a dump for one of two reasons. Either we're on the sideline, or it's a high count and we need to get the disc moving. Here's how the dump set looks in a vertical stack. As the thrower catches the disc on the sideline, they're going to look up the field for some kind of yardage gaining throw. At a certain stall count, depending on your team's set, they're going to have to square up and find their dump. As the dump cutter, aim your cut as far away from the fore sideline as possible so that you can receive the disc and very quickly move it away from that sideline. We'll deliver this dump throw, and then that player catching the dump will turn over their shoulder and look for the other side of the field quickly before the mark is able to set up. To complete the dump swing and move the disc into a useful position, you'll need a swing cutter to be ready. The swing cutter may not need to fake, but needs to time their move correctly so that they're able to give an open window to the thrower. Now the disc should be far from the fore sideline. The defense is scrambling to catch up, and we should have advantages to allow us to eventually take big yardage. All three players, the thrower, the dump, and the break side cutter, are going to work together to find the best option by reading the defender and taking what they're giving us. If the defender overcommits to the swing throw, you can turn and attack up the field before they're ready. You may even be able to set up a huck look from here. In a horizontal stack, the main components are similar. Square up, find the dump, use the movement of the disc to hit a break side cutter. As the dump catches the disc in a horizontal offense, they may find that they're throwing flat or straight across the field to handler cuts. That's generally more conservative. You might also have enough space to hit a downfield cutter for a yardage gaining throw on the break side. Both are effective uses of the swing. Your dump and swing may even lose yardage as you move to the other side of the field. Now, this can still be valuable because it changes the angle of attack. Today we're going to work on the dump swing, and we're going to go through a progression of drills where we try to work on moving the disc from sideline to sideline. We're going to start by working on the individual skills that make this up. So Johnny and Anthony, can you come out here? Johnny's going to be on offense, and Anthony, will you put a mark on? So after Johnny's caught the disc, he's probably going to be looking up the field for a little bit. So he's looking up the field, he's seeing his break options, his live options, and at some point he's going to have to turn and find his dump. So the first thing that Johnny needs to do is he needs to square his body towards Duncan. And you can see that Johnny's actually turning his shoulders here so that he can get a good look at the rest of the field. So as Johnny squares up to the field, he's going to find his dump. So go ahead, Johnny. Yeah. Turn and find your dump, and you're going to notice that Johnny's got the disc out here. He's ready to throw, right? If you keep the disc just down in the center of your core, then you have to react later. Johnny's going to be ready to throw, and that allows Duncan to make a move and not have to be open for 4 or 5 seconds at a time. As Johnny's looking up the field, Duncan might be setting up his cut. He might be moving Kyle around, trying to fake him a little bit. We're going to get this square up, and now Duncan, you're going to see here, is not just cutting for the easiest possible catch right into Johnny's breadbasket. He's actually going to be moving so that he can catch the disc and go away with it. So he might even go a little bit away from the disc, catch it, which will lead him the other direction. Good, can we do that again in real time? So Johnny's looking up the field at 2, 3, 4, turns and finds it, sees it, good. Now, if we have the option, you're going to see Duncan here is being played by Kyle behind. Maybe he's made a move. He's going to be able to go up the field. If he can do it, we absolutely want to take this move. So Duncan's going to go upfield, get it, and you're going to see this is going to allow him good throwing angles, and he has Kyle behind him, so he can't put a good mark on the start. Most of the time though, you're gonna find that Kyle's gonna have really nice defensive position, he's gonna be locked in on Duncan, and he's gonna be taking away the upfield. In this case, Duncan's gonna set him up and try to push him upfield a little bit, get a step in so that Kyle has to commit, and then once he's got him committed, then come back and engage with Johnny. As a dump cutter, I'm seeing Kyle here, I might drive into him, and then when I make my cut, I'd like to go away from the thrower. Johnny can find me here and lead me to the other sideline. We're gonna remove the defense now so we can focus on the footwork. What I'm looking for Duncan to do here is not just stand in the right place and move on the right line, but we'd really like to get in here and drive and get open. Push that defender away by forcing them to respect your movement. So Duncan's gonna get a little bit low, he's gonna shift into his move so that he can be balanced when he comes out. Ready, go. Good. Trying to burst away from our player and deliver the disc before the defense is ready. So now we're gonna add defenders. We have a defender on the dump, we have defenders on each mark, and while the cutters are just gonna stay in place, our dump is gonna continually make this decision. Can I drive my man off? Can I get open? Can I deliver the swing cut? So now Duncan, you have a dump defender, go ahead and run your cut. Duncan's moving away from his man, delivering the throw before the mark is ready, setting up his dump cut, and going again. Now he's being efficient with his movement. He's not always sprinting so that he can run this cut over and over if he has to. He's gonna move to position and then blast. We'd like him to burst late rather than be sprinting all the time. Jordan's gonna make a cut, and we're gonna talk about what he does to recognize when he should throw that dump. Now, Jordan, our receiver, has to have an internal clock telling him when to square up to the dump. Sometimes you might want to move it earlier, but you probably never want to wait more than 4 or 5 seconds. So Jordan's going to make a cut. Go for it. And as he gets the disc, he's going to look upfield. Excellent. Good job. Reset it. So you see, Jordan is finding that, okay, if I see an option, maybe there's a break throw. If there's nothing there, it's probably not going to materialize. Turn and move that disc. One more time. Ready, go. Good. Good. Find it, deliver that throw. Excellent. See, Jordan came around with that disc ready to throw, so even if it's not right there, he can still hit it a little bit later. Nicely done. So we're doing a good job with finding our dump cut, delivering a throw to their shoulder, and moving it. Now we need a swing cutter to take advantage of that space. Robin's in the stack, and he might be trying to get open for Jordan on this side. But when Jordan turns and finds his dump, freeze it right there, Robin can set up a little fake or a move towards this play, maybe with a step. We'll get that dump across, and now Robin has opened up a space for Adam to hit him. And we've turned a force side play here very quickly into a dead side play with yardage. Now, Robin wants to make sure that if he's gonna be moving, he wants to be late or right on time. If he's early, his defender will be there in time to make a play. But even if he's late, our thrower, Adam, can put that disc out into space and he can run onto it. So let's watch it from here. Jordan's gonna turn, Robin's gonna try to time to set Connor up late, and go. And we have some space to move into. In 3, 2, 1, moving the disc, finding his shoulder, good. Nicely done. And now we've set up Robin to do something with the disc really aggressively and attack the defense. The diagonal line that I'm showing you here is a representation of how we want to use the dump swing to actually attack up the field. Just going across the field is just a waste of time. We want to attack and advance. So let's set up our dump swing. Jordan, you ready? Adam, you ready? And go. Adam's gonna try to drive upfield, get the disc, and deliver the swing, freeze it. Now you see that Robin's not just catching the disc, he's catching the disc in an advantageous position. He can take it and look for a huck. He can come back to the middle of the field because Jordan and Adam have given him an advantage. If we just went to the sideline, then we're just increasing the number of throws we have to make. We want to go dump and swing to attack. 3, 2, 1, and go. Robin's setting them up. Good delivery. Good. If you find that you're dumping and swinging, but not getting past this diagonal line, you're probably not timing late enough. You want to leave these cuts later so we can throw Robin into space and we can advance up the field. Now we can take advantage of the defense being at odds. They're in motion and they're not quite set. So if we can set up our dump swing, ready, go, JP drives, he's attacking. Eric's making this swing cut, freeze it right there. As Eric receives this disc, Aaron is trailing him. He doesn't have a mark, and Fergal can see this, and he's gonna blast to this dead side to look for a huck. Eric should have some momentum, be able to take the disc, and in rhythm, let the disc lead him around. We might even be able to shoot for a goal from this one. Now Eric, our swing cutter, is not just a robot. He's not just running to one spot on the field, but he's reading his defender. He's got a good defender here who's taking away the direct attack. Michael is gonna dump it, go ahead and dump it. And then as Eric makes his move, freeze it right there. As we're in motion, you're gonna have to read this defender. So normally, he had to guard here. You can take this line, JP can hit him, and then we can read that now there's a space. Let's go back to JP. If this defender just tries to pick one up or steal a play, he might overcommit, in which case Eric might plant and come back this way, and now we're away from him, Fergal can go, and now we're working on the other side. The threat of the dump swing might allow us to make some yardage on the live side. 3, 2, 1, Fergal be patient, JP's driving. We don't have that there. We can come back and we might have a throw. Nicely done. Now here, the threat of the dump swing is going to allow us to go up the line. Because the defenders are looking for that play, JP may be able to get up the field, and if he does, he's gonna be able to look for Fergal either here or even turning back to the backhand side, depending on where the mark is. Again, we're reading the defenders. Let's try it there. JP, you can start your drive. Good, getting up the field, pivot, and now we have a lot of space to work with. Nicely done. We'll know we're dumping and swinging well if we're able to move the disc to the other side of the field without the defenders having a good chance at it. And if we're doing all the right things, if we're making the right decisions, we should be able to get to the end zone without the defenders having a layout chance on one of the handlers. That was sweet, guys. It's obvious that we're not going to get this overnight. We got some good skills there, but it's something that we can continue to master. And when we really nail it, we'll get yards not just from the dump swing, but from things that come from that. From the threat of the dump swing will give us yards in a lot of different ways. We'll be able to score more easily, not just on the dead side, but on the live side too. There's lots of different variations that we can master. So we work mostly on forced forehand today, but we should also work on forced backhand and what we want to do in the middle of the field or when we're forced to the middle of the field. We'll keep working on this. We'll get better each day and we'll make our defense get better with us. Good stuff today, guys. Let's go rise up on 2. 1, 2, rise up!